My people, welcome back to another great episode of your favorite You and I talk show with Louise UWACU. Tonight, we're taking you to center stage on point with its superstar. Oh my goodness, amazing. Stay tuned. All right, my people, we're here with Nicole MUNOZ. Am I saying your name right?
Yeah, MUNOZ.
MUNOZ. All right.
Yeah.
Nicole, I'm so excited to see you. I saw your movie. I was at the premiere in Vancouver, and I was so excited because they said this is the first time anybody's seen the movie.
It was the first time I saw the movie.
Oh, it's the first time you saw the movie?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. How does it feel to put so much work into a movie and then to see yourself on the big screen for this first time?
Yeah, it was terrifying, but it was amazing at the same time. I felt really proud because when you're on set, you get to see all the hard work everyone's putting in, but you don't really know how it's going to turn out. And the fact that it's so incredible, and I'm 100% behind it, and I'm so excited to share it with everybody.
You know, I loved it so much. Like, I wanted to talk about it so much. I'm kind of glad I didn't get to see the whole movie because there were some technical issues. I'm not gonna mention that theater, but I was so mad at them. I don't know how your team reacted to the...
Yeah, it was a little hectic, but we figured it out, and then we continued the movie.
Okay.
It was the end, and then we watched it. Yeah.
Nice, but already in the beginning, the way it begins, the music, the feel of it, already you can feel that it's such a great movie from the beginning.
Right.
So this is the second one, though?
The third one.
The third one?
This is the third one, yeah.
Wow, and you've been involved in the...
I've been involved in the second one. I was like the main character's younger sister. And then this is the third one where my character grows up and she's kind of under the shadow of the now like beautiful ballerina older sister. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing and how I'm supposed to get to where I need to be. And it's push and pull, but I figure it out. And thanks to like all my ballet friends, we learn how to dance together and, you know, build each other up and support each other. And finally, it turns out to be an amazing final dance.
Yes. I'm wearing the stuff that you were wearing in the movie.
You even have the socks rolled up. I did that.
I saw that. The whole movie, I see you in this kind of outfit. I'm like, this is what I'm going to be wearing. How was it shooting this movie?
It was so much fun. It felt like, the original title was Center Stage Dance Camp. And it felt like dance camp because every day you're training. You know, I wake up in the morning, I dance, and then I get driven to set, and you dance. And you're in the trailer, and you're practicing going on point with your shoes. And then there's a lunch break, and you're supposed to have lunch and relax, but we're learning choreography for the other half of the day. So it was a lot of last-minute work.
Wow. Okay, what we're going to do, actually, we're going to show people a clip, and then we're going to keep talking about it.
Cool.
But let's not tease them too much.
7, 8, and 5, 6. From the top. From the top. And 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Legs straight.
We just want to tease people.
So pretty.
It's so beautiful. It's so well shot, too. I love how it's shot. I got to meet Director X. He was there.
That's why it's shot so well.
Oh, that's why it's shot so well. I got to briefly talk to him. He usually does music videos. Mm-hmm. So you can feel the music video vibe, but at the same time, it's a movie.
Yeah.
So it's really great. How is it working with Director X? And is this your first time working with him?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's incredible. He's got such a creative vision that I've never seen before. And on set, he gave me a lot of freedom to do what I wanted to do with the character. And he just brought it all to life so incredibly with with the visuals and how everyone was placed and the dancing and the choreography and the score in this movie is incredible.
Oh, the music! So many times I wanted to get up and
Right?
dance.
Yeah.
Oh.
That wasn't the music we were dancing to on
Yeah,
set, right?
like how do they make that?
No idea. But they did, and it's magic. And movie magic, right?
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, it's so well made. And then, so you have to dance. You really have to dance.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all really dancing, and I'm so thankful for Barton, who's the other lead in this film, and he is an incredible ballet dancer. And the entire time we'd be like in that scene, we'd be dancing, and he'd be whispering like, "Nicole, like stretch your legs, stretch your legs." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, thank you." Like so many nice hints.
Also, he is a real.
Oh, he's the real deal. Like
okay.
he has I don't know if you got to see it. He has an incredible solo in this movie, and it's mind-blowing. And while we were filming it, I had to sit in the back and watch him, and I couldn't help but cry because it's so beautiful. He's such an amazing dancer.
Oh, wow. Okay, my people, let's take a short break, and then we'll come back and keep talking about it. Thank you for being here. You and I talk show with Louise UWACU. We love you, the authors, the musicians, the comedians, the entrepreneurs, and all other talented and inspiring people. Please contact info@uwacu.com to be a guest on the show. All right, my people, we're back with Nicole. Oh, looking so great and dancing so well. I'm so impressed with your performance. And then,
Thank you.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Ah, this is your birthday today. And let's tell people that you're only turning 12.
Yeah, 12.
So you look like you're 12, but you're still so young. How young did you start?
I started dancing and acting when I was 4.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've been doing it my entire life.
Wow.
And I'm so thankful for that because...
So is this your parents?
Yeah.
Whose initiative was it?
Well, the dancing was my parents, I guess. I don't know why, but I just is something they put me in, and I kept doing it, and I liked it a lot. I loved performing, so it was probably cute to see a little 4-year-old girl, in a tutu, right? So they probably were like, keep going. So I kept dancing my entire life, and I did competitions starting at about 8 years old, and I kept going until I was 18 with dance. And with acting, I started with commercials, and that was my parents. They put me in. They just wanted like one audition, like just do one and see what happens, and that's it. But my first ever commercial audition I booked, and it was a huge commercial, and they flew me to New York, and I was 4, and I was on like the coupon of the product, and my mom was like, "This is incredible! Like, let's keep going, right?" So, and I was having fun, so of course that's rule number 1, right? A kid in film needs to be having fun in order to do it. So so we kept going, and I wound up doing over 60 commercials, and then I grew up, and I started in film and TV with smaller roles, and thankfully we live in Vancouver, which is a city with an insane amount of projects going on at all times. So I was always constantly busy, and at 18, as soon as I finished grade 12, I was actually like still in my last semester.
So you had time to go to school?
Yeah. I went to public school. I went to school, I did that. I missed a lot of school because of auditions, but I handled it, And I was doing dance after school. At one point I was dancing for almost 16 hours a week, but we still somehow figured out how to do it. But I got lucky. At 18, I booked a show called Defiance, and then I flew out to Toronto, and that's kind of where my career really started taking off.
Oh my goodness, because you were born here in BC. So did you have any other dreams when you were growing up? Like, what else did you dream of doing?
It was always film. It was always acting. 'Cause that's what I did all the time. I know at some point in like grade 6 or like 7 or 8, I thought interior designer, but that's really because I just liked cleaning my room or something. I don't know, like a kid thing. But I've always liked to write, and I thought about being a teacher for the longest time. But I've always known that film is where I want to be. So.
You're definitely teaching a lot of young kids how to do it, because you're such a great actress. And then you, on top of being a great actress, you're also dancing. I mean, isn't that like double jobs?
Yeah.
Or like, they hire you for both, or like, do you know?
No, they hired me for Bella, who's the character that acts and dances, right?
And was the film shot in BC?
Yeah, some of it was filmed in Squamish, and some of it was filmed in kind of the outskirts of Vancouver. But Squamish was fun because they put us up in little cabins, and it was cool because this location we shot on is the location I did outdoor school in grade 6.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was like little memories and like all kind of tied
like
together.
Full circle coming back
Yeah.
together. The video, the photography of it, it's so beautiful. Like being in those woods and doing whatever it is that you guys are doing. You know, I'm so glad I didn't get to finish the movie because I would have been spoiling it for everybody. I would have been telling everybody how the movie went because it was just so captivating, right?
I'm so excited for you to see the rest of it.
Okay, so spill a little bit for me. Does the love story happen?
It does happen.
Oh.
It does happen. We even have the kissing scene at the end. And it's beautiful. And, but it's funny because on set that day, I had the worst cold ever. So I'm like coughing and sneezing. And then they're like, now kiss him. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry this has to happen today. But it did. So.
Wow, how does one prepare for a kissing role?
Kissing
Are you
role?
like kissing yourself in the mirror for preparation?
No, I just kind of do it. Yeah. I have life experience.
Oh, okay. What about like practicing? Do you tell the actor like when you're reading lines with another actor? Or do you practice the kissing part?
Some people do, but him and I, this was actually the first day on set. We had we hadn't just met because we did rehearsals, but it was our first day on set. Everyone's still trying to figure everything out. So we didn't even really think about rehearsing that. It just sort of happened on set. And we say all our lines and we get to the end of the doc and then Director X is like, now kiss. And we're all like, okay, we're doing this. Yeah. And I'm like, hold on.
Spray some stuff in the mouth.
It was so bad. I felt so bad.
Okay. So, because people always watch movies and it's so romantic, it's so beautiful. People wish for that. But,
it's beautiful and romantic on the screen.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, it's just, you say cut and then I'm like, thanks. No, but this was really great.
All right. And how does the director know that you've done it well? How many times does he make you repeat the scene before he's like, okay, I got it?
Right? Well, the dancing scenes we did a bunch of times, but that was mostly because we needed a lot of camera angles, and it's so well done in the movie. But sometimes we just did it once or twice, and sometimes we did it a whole bunch of times. It really depends on lighting, or maybe one of us stumble a line or something, or something happens. But usually it's done pretty quick because we're on a really tight schedule in this movie.
Oh my goodness. We'll have a second clip, but we're going to take a short break and maybe we're going to throw to the second clip too. Cool. Because it's just so amazing. There's so much to see. One clip is not enough.
No, there's so much, yeah.
All right, my people, let's take a break. You and I talk show with Louise UWACU. We love you, the authors, the musicians, the comedians, the entrepreneurs, and all other talented and inspiring people. Please contact info@uwacu.com to be a guest on the show. All right, my people, we're back. So we have another clip of, I think it's more of you. So I think we should see that. And then, because, you get to hear the beautiful music and the just you, right? And then we'll talk about the issues and the differences between being a classic ballet, because this is the main point of the movie, the classic thing, and then bringing in the modern stuff. What is that about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how the clip looks like.
So
beautiful. It is so beautiful, and you did such a great job. So how is it working with all those people? And they're so talented. And then, did you have to study classical ballet versus modern day music? What do you see as the difference?
Yeah, well, the whole principle of the movie is contemporary dance trying to fuse with ballet, because the academy is underfunded and they need to bring something new in, so they bring in this literal busload full of modern dancers, and I'm one of them, and we're trying to figure out how to dance and do ballet, and I, in real life, haven't had any experience with pointe shoes, so I had to learn that for the movie.
Wow.
So that's why sometimes it's not the best. But I tried.
Oh, I thought you had done some training.
I had done some ballet growing up because I was a competitive dancer and you have to do ballet for technique, right? But no pointe. So we had a few rehearsals, but not many, and it was only about a week before filming. So those shoes were fun. Yeah. I never took them off.
There's one scene in the movie where the girl teaches you how to put cotton in your thing and then how to wrap it up. Did you actually go to real ballerinas to see? I mean,
she's a real ballerina. She knows how to do it. A lot of the cast in this film are dancers before they're actors, and they're like professional dancers. They're very good at what they do. So she knew what she was doing already, so we didn't have to figure that out. But it's funny because when we came to rehearsals, and Bella in the movie always ties her shoes wrong, but that was just what I did all the time. Like, I didn't realize you had to do it properly. I would just tie a bow on my pointe shoes and go to school, you know, learn.
And then who corrected you on that?
Everybody, you know, it's a ballet class. You walk in and I'm like, hi everyone, and they're like, your shoes. And I'm like, I'm sorry. So we figured it out really quickly.
Nice. And then the other issue that's in this movie is the body image.
Yeah.
Body image is a huge issue for women. Mm-hmm. So how did you feel about the whole body image issue?
That was something we talked about right when we were trying to figure out what the movie was going to be about and how it was going to be done. And I really wanted body image to be in there because growing up as a competitive dancer, that was something I struggled with and still do all the time. And it's so frustrating because young dancers will limit themselves because they don't think they can do it, but really they can. And it's so sad. So I hope this film shows young girls and young boys that, you know, don't let yourself be your worst enemy and just work hard and you will get to where you want to go.
Yeah, I think this is what your character, Bella, which is named so perfectly because you're Bella, this is what she does, you know. She has to overcome the whole body image thing in order to become such a great dancer, and you do it so well. And there's so many young women, even boys, who are struggling with the weight issue because of the way they look or this and that. Do you find that you have to look a certain way, or you're doing this exactly to prove the opposite?
I'm doing this to prove the opposite. You don't need to look a certain way. You need to be doing the work and the research and you need, it's what's inside. It's the heart and the commitment. It's not what you look like. You should be happy in your skin.
So what is modern dance? Is that like hip hop?
It's contemporary. So, I'm the worst person to explain this, but I shouldn't be. It's kind of ballet, kind of lyrical, kind of modern. It's slower and more specific movements. And the music, I think you have more of a broad spectrum of what you can use, which is why we have some really cool songs coming on in this movie.
Anybody knows where ballet comes from? Like, I don't know. Where does ballet come from?
I researched that. Somewhere, there was a king at some point that it was gestures, like fancy, polite gestures or something back in the day, and then it became an art form, and then it became a dance, and had something to do with, well, this was in France, and then I think Italy was the first thing to really make it an actual dance.
I see. And what's the idea of women being like swans? Are women supposed to be like swans? Like, what's that?
Yeah, well, it started, I'm pretty sure, as a more of a male thing, actually.
Oh.
I don't know when females and when the whole swan lake thing started.
And the tight thing?
Sure. Yeah, the tights. I wish we could do ballet not in tights, but that's not how that works. It's traditional, and they've been doing that since forever, so you don't mess with tradition, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, let's take a short break and come back and keep talking about it. You and I talk show with Louise UWACU. We love you, the authors, the musicians, the comedians, the entrepreneurs, and all other talented and inspiring people please contact info@uwacu.com to be a guest on the show. All right, my people, we're here with Nicole Munoz,
whatever you want. It all works out the same.
So talented. So I asked people what would be their advice for upcoming actors and dancers.
Yeah.
You're still so young, but you can still give advice to young people because
sure.
it's not about how young you are, it's about how much experience that you actually have.
Yeah. Got that.
You've had a lot of experience. You started at 4. Yeah. We're popping champagne today. It's your birthday.
Oh, yeah.
You can drink officially.
Officially? Yeah, it's been a while, but we're good. Advice to up-and-coming actors would be commit to what you're supposed to be doing and work hard and do your research and be specific with your choices. And, you know, this is advice I still listen to. And I, of course, right?
Like,
you know?
What do you mean specific?
With be specific with what you, if you have to be sad, find a very specific memory or find a very specific reason or choose what your character's going to wear from her socks to the color of her nail polish. Specific choices help build a character.
Oh, those little details.
Yeah. It's like a building block.
Like how I noticed that you were wearing this kind of pants throughout the movie and the socks.
Right? Well, Bella's not a girl that's going to go around in like leotards all the time, right? She's not there. That's not how she feels, right? So that's why.
And in terms of working with other people on set, and when you have to be so close, in the movie there's competition. It's so furious, the competition. So in real life, how is the competition?
It's like that.
The dynamic,
It's like that. It's probably worse. And dance competitions are so intense and it's a lot on the line. And as dancers, it's a lot of pressure. And I remember getting on stage and being terrified to go out and there's judges judging you in front of you and then there's an audience and all your parents are watching and you just want to make everyone proud and do your best and it's really nerve-wracking, but sometimes it gets really catty sometimes and it gets vicious and that's just, it's sad, but that's the reality of sometimes the dance world and even the acting world sometimes.
Yeah, and behind the scenes there's like so much politics.
Yeah.
And because your character is like a younger sister, so at one point they think she has some sort of
a deal going
on.
I know, and I was like, I'm sorry, but that's not true. Bella's doing her thing, you know. Yeah. She's not going under the table or anything. But yeah, it's terrifying because everyone turns on you so fast because it's you know, you first kind of an industry. So it's sad, but that's kind of it reflects the dance world and acting world.
There's only one spot, and everybody wants to get it.
Yeah.
And so many people have great talents.
Right.
So who is like the best, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. People do scary things under pressure sometimes.
I've heard about sabotaging, and even in this movie they talk about sabotaging.
Yeah.
Any of that ever happen?
Not to me, because I was never at that level, you know. I was dancing competitively up until I was 18, so everyone did fine. But I know in the dance world, and every, ballet movie, center stage, the first one, there's sabotage, and unfortunately, apparently that's a thing. And how terrifying is that people can do that to other people? We're supposed to be building ourselves up, not taking each other down.
Yeah.
So it's sad, but that's how it goes sometimes.
I see. So right now, what is like your big dream for your future? How do you see your career moving forward from there?
I just want to be doing really interesting projects that let me work with really passionate, interesting, creative people. Something, as long as the story is great and has a good meaning and is something even if it's not something I relate to, I take it as a challenge and I'll do it, right? But good stories and good people, that's why I do this, even with dance. And it's a nice creative outlet and Yes, I mean, I've been doing it my whole life. I truly love it, so I would never stop.
It shows through you that you love what you're doing and that you've been doing it for a while. Do you have a favorite kind of music or dance? Because you've danced so much and you hear so much music. In this movie, there's like so much great music.
Right.
So do you have like favorite people?
Ooh, well, when I was dancing competitively, my favorite was lyrical dance, because I got to mix acting and dance because it's a lot of emotion. So that I really enjoyed, but I don't know who my favorite artists were. But right now, I really like hip-hop music. So I would love to learn to like do hip-hop, but I'm so bad at it right now. And you can kind of tell at one point in the movie, like Bella's trying to like groove with people, and everyone's like, "Yeah, you're doing such a great job." But in my head, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm doing this." But I tried.
I think you could do it. I think if there's a hip-hop movie out there and they hire you, I think you'll do it.
I'll do it. You know, I will work so hard every day, and I will learn hip-hop.
Yeah, so we're coming to the end. This movie is going to be airing on Lifetime.
Yeah.
A couple of times this summer.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it's going to come on Netflix. People around the world can watch it.
Yeah.
Is there any last words that you want to tell your audience, our audience? What do you want to say?
Just thank you for all the continuous support. It means the world to me, and I wouldn't be here without it.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, you're great.
Thank you so much.
All right, my people, that's it. We're done. Nicole MUNOZ, so amazing, so talented at such a young age. I'm telling you, go watch the movie Center Stage on Point. That's the one. See you again.